Hello, dear students, dear Albertans. Zoris here from Flying Minds. A little bit about our center. So we are located in Calgary, in Calgary, in Lake Buena Vista community, and we do math tutoring with other subjects like science, English language arts, etc. And for high school students, we do math, biology, physics, chemistry tutoring as well. Besides that, we have other after-school activities, robotic, chess clubs, coding, and so on. In addition, as what we're going to do today, we have to prepare for final exams, and of course grade 9 PAT exam, provincial achievement test, is one of the important exams, because now you guys moving from junior high school into high school, and it's completely different world where you have to study, you have to know what you're doing and how you're doing. This is very important as well. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do review for PAT exams. As many, you should already know that PAT are scheduled for, math PAT is scheduled. We can take a look on the screen. Right, as you can see, Part A is scheduled for June 22nd. June 22nd, it's Thursday from 9 a.m. till 9:30 a.m. So Part A will be 30 minutes, and Part B is scheduled for June 23rd from 9 a.m. till 10:20 a.m. So Part B will be 80 minutes. 80 minutes. I'm not sure. Can you hear me? For June 23rd, from 9 a.m. till 10:20 a.m. So Part B will be 80 minutes. 80 minutes. I'm not sure. Can you hear me? From 9. Yes, sorry for technical difficulties. It's live stream, so anything can happen during the stream. So next information I want to share with you. So we already know that Part A will be 30 minutes, and Part B will be 80 minutes. So Part A is the numerical response questions. Numerical response questions. So no calculators are allowed in Part A. Sorry. So you have to do everything on the paper or use mental math. So it will be estimation, algebra, square roots, exponent laws. So all these things you're supposed to know, right? Bed mass, how to do order of operations, right? Brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, subtractions. So how to use exponents rules, we will go over it today as well. So, and Part B, it will be 32 multiple choices. 80 minutes, right? And if you have special needs special requirements, your time can be extended up to 160 minutes. So part A will be 20% of overall score, and part B will be 80% of overall score. Right, and we can start. Right, so in the chat, in the chat of this stream, I shared link to the practice exam that we're gonna do today. So please open it. If you have printer, print it. If you need, so it's up to you, but we will go over these questions today. So this practice test consists of questions from PAT exams from different years. You can see at the bottom of each slide show the year from which this question was taken from, right? So if you have questions, you can always ask them in the chat of this stream. Please be aware that what you see on the screen is about 15-20 seconds delayed. Right? Take this into consideration. So I might not respond right away. It will take time till you hear the answers. Saying that, let's start. Please be aware that what you see on the screen is about 15-20 seconds delayed. Let's start. So I will put questions on the screen so you can right, so you can see what question we're gonna do. If I need to show answer on the screen, so I'll put myself back onto the screen. So first question, estimation. We need to estimate square root value. So we're given number line, letters, and we need to approximate the value of square root of 15. Square root of 15. Right, so we have number line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have letter G here, K here, L here, and M here. So to what letter square root of 15 equivalent to, where is it located? Is it J, K, L, and M? So to do this, how to do this question? So if we take number 15 by itself, so what we need to do to find perfect square, number that is perfect square above 15, and it will be 16, right? So 15 less than 16, and below 15, right, which is 9. And then we take, and obviously square root of 15 will be in between square root of these numbers. So square root of 16 is 4, and square root of 9 is 3. And because 15 is very close to 16, so square root of 15 will be close to 4. So correct answer to this question will be L. Okay, so I hope this is clear. If not, please type your question in the chat, and let's move to the next question. So next question We have diagram represented balance mobile, right? So we have x squared. So here we have this balance. So the elegance of these pictures is not important here. What's important is the solution. So so this is what we have. Right, so it's all balanced. So I see, guys. So we have this picture, and this balance mobile. So it has to be balanced, right? So to do this, let's start from this part, from this corner, right? For these two shapes to be balanced, right? So we must have same value in both of them. So if we have 3x here, so it must be 3x here, right? So now for left part and right part to be balanced, right? They must have same value, right? So each shape must have same value. And question asks the sum of all parts of the mobile is. So what we have here, so we need just to add all the parts, and we have 2x squares plus we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for 3x's, which gives us 3 times 4, 12, so it will be 12x. So the correct answer for this question will be part B. Okay, so now I'm gonna let you read next question. So next question, we need to build inequality. We need to build inequality. So Sandy has budget of $100 to spend on the back to school clothes. The shirts she wants to buy are $12 each, and the pants she wants to buy are $25 each. All prices include taxes. Which of the following inequalities could be used to determine the maximum number of shirts and Sandy can buy if she also buys 2 pairs of pants? Okay, so let's write everything down. So she wants to buy shirts and pants. Right, so shirts cost $12 and pants $25. Right, so we need to figure out to build inequality given the budget. Budget is $100. So how many shirts she can buy? Number of shirts. Okay, if we know that she buys 2 pairs of pants, so 2 pairs of pants will cost her $50. 2 times 25 will be $50. And how much she gonna spend on shirts? It will be n times 12. Will be 12n right? And if we add these two quantities, right, so this is how much she's gonna spend. And this amount must be less or equal to 100. Okay? So correct answer will be, for this question, will be part D. If you have any questions, again, write them down. Okay, I see that you don't see top line, so I'll try to write it lower. Let's move to the next question. So this is numerical response, right? So again, part A will be numerical responses, no calculator. So to test theory, what you guys know, right? Part B is multiple choices, and you can use calculators. So we have a circle, we have inscribed angle, X, and we have central angle, which is equal to 70 degrees. So we need to figure out the measurement of angle X. Okay, so this is pure theory. What we need to know here that inscribed, the relationship between a central angle and inscribed angle if they stand on the same arc, right? And this is what we have here. Both angles, central and inscribed angle, they stand on the same arc. The relation between these two angles is that angle X, inscribed angle, is twice as less as central angle, or central angle is twice as big as inscribed angle, right? So knowing this, we can evaluate X equals to 35 degrees. Next question. So distance, time, speed. So you should know the relation between these three measurements. So a truck heads north at a constant speed of 80 kilometers per hour. So this is truck. This too will be saved on YouTube, right? So if you need to watch it again, you can always come back to our YouTube channel and watch it again. So it will be saved, and you can watch as many times as you want. So what we have, truck heads north with speed of 80 kilometers per hour. A car leaves 20 minutes after. Car at speed 90 kilometers per hour, right? So we need to build an equation that represents how much time in hours the car travels until it catches up to the truck. Which of the following equations could be used to determine how much time in hours t the car travels until it catches with the truck? So catches with the truck, it means they both of them drove same distance, right? And how distance is related to time, right? So car travels what time? Let's make t time car travels up to it catches the truck. Okay, so the distance that car will travel will be 90 t, right? And truck will travel the same distance, but at what speed? At 8 kilometers per hour. So we need to know the distance equals to velocity times time, right? So this is the distance, and truck travels same distance. But what do we know about truck's time? If t is time that car travels, and we know that car left 30 minutes after the truck left, so it means that truck travels what time? T plus 20 minutes. And we should be careful because we need to convert time to hours, right? Because speed given to us kilometers per hour, but time that car left is 20 minutes after minutes, right? So we need to convert minutes into hours. So 20 minutes will be, so it's 1/3 of an hour, so it will be 1/3, right? So, and here we go, this is our equation that represents distance that both vehicles traveled. They traveled same distance, but with different time and with different speed. T represents time took car to catch up with truck, and truck traveled 20 minutes longer than the car, right? T plus 1/3. Okay, again, if you have questions, write them in the chat. And let's move to the next question. I'll let you read. I'll clean the desk. Okay, so here we have, we're given blueprint. And the next question, we're given blueprint of a house, right? And based on this blueprint and scale, we have 1 to 18. Scale is 1 to 18. We need to determine the actual size dimensions of the window to the nearest tenth of the meter. So, okay. So again, we need to convert here centimeters because blueprints are given in centimeters. We're given scale, and we need to convert centimeters to meters. We can do it before or we can do it after. So it's better to do it after. Okay, so I'm not gonna draw entire picture on the board. I'm just gonna to draw window. Okay, so it's 9.8 centimeters and 6 centimeters. Okay, and scale is 1 to 18. Okay, so what does it mean, scale 1 to 18? So it means that 1 centimeter on the blueprint is equivalent to 18 centimeters in reality, right? So to convert dimensions from the blueprint into real dimensions, we need to multiply 9.8 centimeters times 18, and 6 centimeters times 18. So this one will be 108. This one will be, so it will be 9, let's do it here. So it will be 98 plus 9.8 times 8 will be, so 4, 6 carry forward, 8 times 9, 72, plus 6, 78, 1 decimal point, so it will be 0.4, 6, 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 1, 176 centimeters, right? So real dimensions of the window is 176.4 centimeters by 108 centimeters, right? And now we convert into meters. So we divide by 100 because 1 meter consists of 100 centimeters. So to convert to meters, we need to divide. So it will be 1.76 centimeters by 1.08 centimeters, and if we round, it will be 1.8 meters, so it's meters here, my bad, by, to the nearest tenth, right? So to the nearest tenth, it will be 1.1 meters. And yeah, I see that you guys let me put camera a little bit further so you can see more. Okay, so the answer is 1.8 by 1.1. So the correct answer is C here. So questions, again, please write them in the chat. If you don't have any questions, let's move forward. So let's please read the next question. So Sam draws two polygons that are similar. The first polygon has a perimeter of 16 centimeters, and the second polygon has perimeter of 10 centimeters. If the shortest side of first polygon has a length of 4 centimeters, then the corresponding side of the second polygon has a length of, okay, so we have two polygons. Two polygons, right? They are similar. So similar, it means that they scaled, right? So they have same shape, but different size, different end size. So it means they scaled. So if the perimeter of big polygon is 16 centimeters, perimeter of second is 10 centimeters, and if the shorter side of the first polygon is 4 centimeters, so what is the shorter side of the small polygon? Okay, let's think. So they scaled, so it means that each side is scaled by the same factor, k, right? So this is what we need to figure out, factor k. So if, let's say this will be length, this would be width of the big polygon, then length and width of the small polygon will be k times L and k times width, right? So what we're trying to figure out is this scale factor. Now, how to calculate perimeter? Perimeter is sum of all sides, right? So perimeter of the big polygon will be length plus length, width plus width. So it will be 2 lengths plus 2 widths equals to 16. And small polygon will be 2KL plus 2K width equals 210. Right? So from the first equation, we can calculate that, right? 2 is the common factor, and we divide by 2 both sides, and we get that length plus width equals to 8. Okay, so same we can do here in the second equation, right? Common factor will be 2, right? 2k, right? So, and we can divide both sides by 2 because 2 is common factor of all terms. So what we can do, KL plus KW equals to 5, and K we can take outside, factor it, equals to 5. But L plus W equals to 8, right? So it means that K times 8 equals to 5. And from here, right, from here, we can evaluate that K equals to 5 over 8. Right? So to figure out width of the second rectangle, what we need to do is to multiply 4 by 5 over 8, and what we get, 4 times 5 is 20, 20 over 8, or we can simplify by 4, so it will be 5 over 2, or it will be 2.5 centimeters. Right? So width of the small polygon is 2.5 centimeters. So what we need to know here is how to calculate perimeter, how to build equations. We need to know what perimeter is, definition, and how to calculate it. So we need to know similar shapes, what this means, right? Similar shapes are shapes that have same shape but different in size. It means that there's a scale factor, right? So it's either increased or shrinked, right? So K can be greater than 1 or less than 1, between 0 and 1. Okay, and this is what we need to find first. We need to find scale factor. We did it. It's 5 over 8, and we applied it to width of the big rectangle, and we've got width of the small rectangle. Okay, let's move to the next question. Please read the question. I will prepare the board. So Darren joins the rectangular prism shown below to create a new rectangular prism that has the greatest possible surface area. He then paints all visible surfaces. After the paint dries, Darren separates the two prisms. The total area of both prisms that has not been painted. Okay. So let's think. So he creates new rectangular prism that has the greatest possible surface area. Right? So to create greatest possible area, so what does it need to do? What size he needs to connect? What surfaces he needs to connect? Of course, smallest one, right? So to create new rectangular prism with biggest possible surface area, so he needs to connect these two prisms with smallest surface areas, right? It means that he needs to connect both prisms using this surface, right? Because this is the smallest surface on each prism, right? So after the paint dries, Darren separates the two prisms. The total area of both prisms that has not been painted. The total area of both prisms. So the dimensions are 3 by 4 by 10. So in centimeters. So area of this prism is 3 by 4, which is 12 of both prisms. So we have two of them, so we'll multiply it by 2 centimeters squared times 2, so it will be 24 centimeters squared. Okay, so let's move to the next question. So the simplified form so we're given expression 6m minus 2n minus 4m minus 5n. So we need to simplify. So we need to open brackets. So it will be 6m minus 12n. So here we have minus in front of the brackets. We need to be careful here. So it will be negative 4m plus 5n. So now we combine like terms. And we get 6 minus 4 is 2m. Negative 12 plus 5 minus 7n. Here's our answer, and it's will be D. Let's move to the next question. So here we have tiles, right? So shaded represents positive value, and unshaded represents negative value. So we need to model, right? Okay, so we have so these two rectangles are shaded. Then we have unshaded squares equals to, so basically what we have here is 2x squared minus 3 equals to 1. Right? So if we solve this equation, 2x, right? So if we solve this equation, 2x equals to 4, x equals to 2, right? So correct answer will be C, which gives us okay, so here's the correct answer. Okay, next question. Let's read it. So we're given area, it's 20, given area it's 24x squared plus 72x. The length L of the rectangle shown above is, so we need to express L, right? So we have rectangle. Let's switch to the screen. So width is 4x centimeters, length is L centimeters, area given by formula 24x squared plus 72x. Okay, so what area? We need to find expression for L. Okay. So area is length times width, right? Area equals to 24x squared plus 72x equals to L times width equals to 4x. Let me change so we don't have confusion. Not confused. So let's factor left side. So we can factor actually 4x from on the left side. And what's left is 6x plus 72 divided by 4 is 18 equals to L times 4x. Then we can divide both sides by 4x, right? This cancels. And we get that L equals to 6x plus 18. The answer is A. Okay, so next question. So we have the volume of rectangular glass box shown below is 288 centimeters cubed. The height of the box is 8 centimeters. The dimensions of the bottom is 2x by 2x. So what we need to find is We need to find the surface area of cylinder inside the box. So cylinder inside the box. Okay. So we have cylinder inside box. So this is 8, 2x by 2x. Okay, so to calculate surface area of the cylinder, we need to know radius, right? And radius will be half of its length of the base, right? So what we need to find is length of the base. Let's try. So volume of the box is 288 centimeters cube, and volume is calculated is length times width times height, which is 2x times 2x times 8 equals to 4x squared times 8. Right? So we divide both sides by 8, and we get 36 centimeters squared equals to 4x squared. Both sides we divide by 4, we get 9 centimeters squared equals to x squared, and then x equals to 3, right? X equals to 3. It means that radius of this cylinder is 3, right? Because 2 times 3 is 6, and half will be 6. Okay, and we're given surface area, formula for the surface area of the cylinder, right? So surface area of cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. 2 pi r h, and radius we set equals to 3. Okay, so to calculate surface area, we just need to plug numbers in. 2 pi times 3 squared plus 2 pi times 3 times 8. If we evaluate it, we're gonna get, if I'm not mistaken, 169, right? I already did calculations, but let's recheck. Let's recheck, right? So 9 times 2 is 18. 18 times, so this is 56.5 plus 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 8, it's 48, 48. One 50.8, so together it will be 207.3, or it will be 207, right? So surface area of the cylinder is 207. Okay. Okay. So we can move to the next question. So the exam itself is not hard, right? So if you know all the concepts, you shouldn't have any difficulty to write PAT. Is pretty pretty easy. Plus, you'll have your calculators for multiple choice, so it's not a problem. Okay, next question. So we need to find area of the wall shown above, not included the area of the window and the door. So I'm not even sure if we need to calculate to do this question, because what we need to do here is calculate the surface area of the wall, right? So it's 9.3 by 2.6. 9.3 times 2.6, and subtract areas of windows, right? 0.9 times 0.8, and we have two windows, identical windows, so we multiply it by 2, and minus area of the door, which is 90 by 200, right? And we should be careful because dimensions of the door are given in centimeters, right? I almost made an error. So we need to convert it to meters. 90 centimeters we divide by 100, so it will be 0.9 times 200 centimeters is 2 meters, right? So this is it. We just need to evaluate and we'll get our area of the door. Okay, next numerical response. Numerical response question. In the toolbox, in his toolbox of construction, worker has twice as many screwdrivers as wrenches and 5 fewer hammers than wrenches. If he has 19 tools in his toolbox, then the number of wrenches in his toolbox is. So we need to build an equation, right? So that's the challenging parts, right, of these exams, that we need to build equations. Word problem, our favorite word problems. I know not a lot of students like them. Okay, so so we need to assign unknown value, right? So we can see that screwdrivers and hammers, right? These quantities depend on how many wrenches we have, right? So then X will be number of wrenches. Right? And so how many screwdrivers? Twice as many screwdrivers as wrenches. So 2x will be number of screwdrivers. And how many hammers? 5 fewer hammers than wrenches, right? So we have 5 fewer number of hammers. So x minus 5 will be number of hammers. Okay, so and if we add all these tools, we'll get total number of tools, which equals to 19. Okay, so now we need to open brackets, combine like terms. So So we have plus in front of the brackets, so signs inside brackets don't change. So we have 4x's minus 5 equals to 19. 4x's equal to plus 5 on both sides because we have negative 5, so we add 5. So it will be 19 plus 5 is 24. And from here, we divide by 4 both sides. X equals to 6, right? So number of wrenches in the toolbox equals to 6. Okay, so we're done with this page. Let's move next page. Okay. Sorry, guys. Simon works in a restaurant. So please read the question. Simon works in a restaurant 4 hours a day for 3 days a week. She earns $9.50 per hour plus tips. Okay, which of the following expression represents Simon earnings in dollars for 1 week, where T represents the total amount of tips she earns that week? Okay, so again, so she works 4 hours per day. Let's change the screens. So she works 4 hours per day, 3 days per week, and earns $9 per hour. Right? And as we can see from the question, right, that number of tips, amount of tips, does not depend on hours, right? Because it says, so she earns $9.50 per hour plus tips, right? So tips were not given, were given as one quantity, right? Not per hour, not per day, as one quantity. So let's reread the question. Simon works in a restaurant 4 hours a day for 3 days a week, plus tips. Okay, sorry. So tips per day, right? So what do we know about tips? Let's reread. Simon works in a restaurant 4 hours a day for 3 days a week. She earns $9.50 per hour plus tip. Which of the following expression represents Simon earnings in dollars for 1 week, where T represents the total amount of, okay, total amount of tips she earns that week. Okay, so this here's another thing to pay attention to: read question to the end, right? Because at the end we can have very valuable we can have very valuable information, and this is what got me, right? I couldn't understand the amount of tips. Is it per hour, per day, per week. So it's total number of tips she earns that week. So number of tips does not depend on hours and days. So what we need to figure out, how many hours she worked, right, per week. So 4 times 3 is 12. So she worked 12 hours per week. Hours per week. Right? So it means that she earned, her salary is $9.5 per hour. So in 12 hours, she's gonna earn 12 times, right? Earnings and plus tip for that week. Okay, so correct answer will be here, part D, right? 12 times 950 and plus tips. So guys, be careful. Read the question to the end. Next question. You guys read the question while I'm cleaning the board. Okay. A square playground is being enlarged. One side of the original square playground has been increased by 12 meters. The other side has been increased by 8 meters. If x equals to 10 meters, then the total area of the playground when it's enlarged will be. So this is a very easy question, right? So if x equals to 10, right? So then we increase so our new dimensions, so we have, so this is 10 by 10, then we increase it by 8 this side and this side by 12. So new dimensions will be 22 by 18, and we multiply. So it will be 220 plus 176. So what I did, I multiplied 22 by 10, and it's 220, and then times it by 8, right, which is 176. It's using distributive property of the numbers. If you're wondering how to do this mental math, it's to do distributive property of the numbers. So let's finish the question first. So 220 plus 176, so it will be 6. 2 plus 7 will be 9. And 2 plus 1 is 396, right? So the correct answer is A, part A. So back to multiplication, right? So 22 times, so we can write 18 as 10 plus 8, and then use distributive property, right? 22 times 10, and then 22 times 8. It helps sometimes to do quick calculations, especially when you do numerical responses and you in part A, right? And you're not allowed to use calculators. So this could be very helpful. Okay, next question. A warm-up pool contains 96 cubic meters of water. Each day, 100 milliliters of chlorine is added to the pool for every liter of water in it. Given that 1 cubic meter equals to 1,000 liters, the amount of chlorine added to the pool each day. Okay. So conversion, this is what we need to do. First, we need to convert cubic meters into liters, right? So 96 cubic, so we're given conversion rate, 1 cubic meter equivalent to 1,000 liters. Okay, and then 96 cubic meters will be 96,000 liters. Okay, and then what happens? We add 0.03 milliliters of fluorine to each liter, right? So it means we need to multiply 96,000 by 0.03, and what do we get? So we can multiply 960 times 3, right? So we multiply this by 100 and divide this by 100, and what we get, so we get 0, 6 times 3 is 8, 1 carry forward, 9 times 3 is 27 plus 1 is 28 milliliters. Okay. So the correct answer will be then C. Okay. Correct answer is C. Okay, question 12. Question 12. So here we just need to replace x and y with values and evaluate, right? So very easy question. So x equals to 2. Y equals to 3. We're given an expression 2x to the 4th times y cubed minus 9x cubed y to the 0. And now, sorry, we don't need equal sign. So we replace x and y with values. So we have 2 times 2 to the 4th times 3 cubed minus 9 times 2 cubed, and any number to the power of 0 is 1 times 1. So what do we get? 2 times 2 to the 4th is 16. 3 cubed is 27 minus 9 times 2 cubed is 8. So we have 32 times 27 minus 72. So guys, if you have calculators, you can do on calculators. It's a multiple choice, so this question is from part B, so you're allowed to use. So I'm going to do old school. So 32 times 20, so it will be 640, plus 32 times 7 will be 224 minus 72. And we get 864 minus 72. It will be 792, right? 792. So not hard. So we're done with this page. We can move to the next. Okay, so Pierre's class and Carissa's class have the same ratio of boys and girls. Pierre's class has 18 boys and 12 girls, and Carissa's class has 15 boys. Then how many girls are in Carissa's class? So again, it's not hard question. So Pierre's class has 18 boys and 12 girls, and Carissa's class has 15 to what ratio? Okay, so what we can do here to have so we can divide both sides by 6, so we have 3 to 2, right? So for every 3 boys, we have 2 girls, right? So here we can do the same. We can divide by same ratio, right? So for Carissa class, the ratio is this. Boys to girls is the same as in Pierre's class, so it's for 3 boys, 2 girls. And if Carissa's class has 15 boys, then how many girls? Right, so we divide it by 5, so we need to multiply back by 5, so it will be 10. Right, so she has 10 girls in her class. Right, how else we could solve the this question? By using ratios, right? 18 related to 15, number of boys, is the same as, 18 to 12 is the same as 15 to x. I know not in all schools you guys cover proportions, because some students that attend our classes, they know proportions, grade 9 students, and some they don't. But what we can do, we can build ratio, right? So this is the relationship between boys and girls in Pierre's class, right? And it's equivalent to the ratio of boys and girls in Carissa's class, right? So equivalent fraction, basically, this is what it is. And we need to solve it. So how to solve proportions? So we start from x, cross multiply, divide, right? So 12 times 15 divided by 18, right? So x equals 2. Okay, and what we can do, so before we multiply, we simplify by 6, right? So 12 divided by 6 is 2, 18 divided by 6 is 3. And now we can simplify 15 and 3 by 3. And what we get, 2 times 5 is 10. And in denominator, we have 1. So x equals 210. Okay, so 2 ways to do this. Okay. So next question, 16. I'll let you guys read the question. So packing tape is stored in a rectangular box with a clear lid, as shown below. The circumference of the circle will give in a formula. If the circumference of each roll of the tape is 31.5 centimeters, then the perimeter of the clear lid of the box to the nearest tenth of the centimeter. Okay. So to calculate perimeter, we need to know length and width, right? And as we can see from the picture, from this diagram, that length of this box equals equivalent to 3 diameters, and width of this box equivalent to 2 diameters, right? So what's left to find is diameter of each roll, okay? And we're given that circumference we can calculate by using formula pi times d, right? Circumference equal to 31.5 equals pi times d, then d equals to 31.5 divided by pi. Okay, so if we calculate 31.5 divided by pi, we're getting to the nearest tenth of the centimeter, we're getting 10.03. Okay, 10.03. This is diameter, right? This is the diameter. Where is it? And now length, right? Length, we said it equals to 3 diameters. It will be 30.9, and width equals to 2 diameters, equals to 20.6, right? So it means that perimeter equals to 30 point, so we can round it to 30.1, and this is, we can round to 20.1. So 30.1 times 2, right? Perimeter, 2 lengths, 2 plus 2 widths. So it will be 60.2 plus 40.2 gives us 100.4, right? The closest answer is B for this question. Okay. Questions, again, you can ask in their comment section. And we're moving to next question. Please read the question. I will clean the board. And yeah, so during this summer, guys, if you're interested, ask your parents. We're gonna have summer school. So if you're going to grade 10 and you're planning to take math in the first semester, because now in high school, you'll have math only in one semester, first or second. So if you're planning to take math in first semester, we're gonna do preparation for next grade. Okay, next question. If angles of a triangle have ratio 1 to 2 to 6, then the measure of the largest angle is. Okay. So ratio of angles, right? It's 1 to 2 to 6, right? And what does ratios mean? What's the meaning of the ratio? Right? So each side contains 1 part, 2 parts, and 6 parts, right? So let's say this is 1 part, and we don't know the measurement of this interval, right? Or since we're dealing with angles, so this will be 1 part, right? Then 2 parts, it will be 2 of those angles, right? 2 portions. So if this is x, then this is x, right? Then third angle will have 6 of those parts, right? So what we can write, so first angle will be x, right? Then second angle will have 2 of these parts, right? So it will be 2x, and the third angle will have 6 of these parts, right? So it will have 6x. And what do we know about angles in a triangle? That sum of all angles equals to 180. And from here, we combine like terms. So 3 plus 6 will be 9x equals to 180. From here, x equals to 20. And we need to find largest, measure of largest one. Largest will be angle that contains 6 of these parts. So it's 6 times 20 will be 120 degrees. Okay. Next question. Tiara earns $850 per hour at her part-time job. Which of the following graphs shows the relationship between the number of hours that she works and the amount that she earns? Okay, so we need to think, right? So more she works, more she earns, right? So this is linear relationship, right? Right? Because x-axis will represent number of hours, and y-axis represents earnings, right? So it means that if she works, she earns money. So more she works, more she earns. So it's a linear relationship. So correct answer will be B in this question. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, next question. A DVD player is advertised for 20% off the regular price of $199. What is the final cost of DVD player after 7% GST is applied? Okay. So regular price is $190.99. So we applied 20% discount. So the remaining price is 80% from the original price, right? To find discounted price, we need to multiply this amount by 80%. 80%, and 80%, if we convert we can multiply. So we can do times 80 divided by 100, right? Times 80 divided by 100. Or we can write right away times 0.8. So another thing we need to be comfortable is percentage notation and how to convert between percentages, percent to decimals and to fractions. Right? So times 80%, this is the remaining price. And we need to find price with GST. To find price with GST, so it's 7%, right? So we need to add 7% on top of this amount. And how to do it? So it means we need to multiply by 1.07, right? So 1 will keep the original price, this amount, and decimal part we add on top 7%. So if we evaluate this, so if we evaluate, so we get 199 times 0.8 times 1.07, so we get 102.7. Right? So our answer will be 102.71. So this is our answer. Okay, so next question. So please read the question. So if x equals to 2y, then what is the value of 12x plus 4a over 2y? Okay, so what we need to do is (12x plus 4y) equals to 2y. Let's see what we can do here, right? So 12x, right? So if we try to replace x with y, right? What do we get? We get 24y plus 4y over 2. Y, so it's 28y over 2y. So 28 over 2 is 14. Right? So in the same manner, we could replace y with x. Let's try to do it other way around, right? So 4y, right? So there are two ways to do it, right? So we could replace x with 2y and evaluate, and we've got 14, or this is easier way, or we could replace 2y with x, right? So we have, so this is first way, and this is second way. We're going to replace y 2y with x. So we have 4y, right? So it's 2, it means 2 times 2y, and 2y equals, x equals to 2y. So we can write then 2x here, and 2y we just replace with x, and 12x plus 2x will be 14x over x. X and x cancel each other, so we get 14. We get same result. Okay, next question. So it's a numerical response. Numerical response. So we have n cubed to the power of 4 over n to the 6 n to the power of 2 equals to okay, so here we need to know power rules. So exponent into exponent, right? So we need to multiply exponents in this case, right? What do we do when we multiply two numbers with same base, n and n, right? We have as a base in both with different exponents, we add exponents, right? So it will be n to the power of 8. Now, what happens when we divide two numbers with the same base with different exponents? We subtract exponents, right? So it will be n to the power of 12 minus 8, which is 4. And it's equal to 4,096. Right? So we need to find n. So now we need to think about number that to the power of 4 equals to 4,096. That challenge, right? If we not gonna use calculators, how we can find it? Let's try. Again, not all students probably know this method, because I saw different students from different schools. But let's try. So what we can do, we're gonna do prime factorization, right? So this is even number, so it's 2. And then 4,096 divided by 2, so it will be 248, right? And then divided by 2 is 1,024. Okay, this is number well known, especially those of you who interested in programming, right? This is how many bits in 1 megabyte. So this number is, so we can continue, right, down to do prime factorization, but this is 2 to the power of 10, right? So altogether we have 2 to the power of 12. 2 to the power of 12 equals to 496. But we need, it should be to the 4th, right? But again, we know exponent rules, right? So we can rewrite exponent of 12 as 2 cubed to the fourth. Right? And then what do we have? 2 cubed is 8. So 8 to the power of 4 equals to 4096. And our number equals to 8. N equals to 8. Okay, but if you continue prime factorization, right, so what we're going to have, we're going to have 2 12 times, right? This is what we're going to have, 12 times. But if we continue with our prime factorization, right? So we have we're going to have 2 12 times. And what we need to do, because we have power of 4, we need to group them into 4 groups, right? 4 identical groups, right? And now we see that in each group we have 3 of them. So it will be 2 cubed, right? Or we have 8, 8, 8, and 8. So we have 8 4 times, right? Or 8 to the power of 4. So that's a skill that if you need to work on this skill, you can contact us, right? So in our, sorry, I'm looking at myself on the screen instead of into the camera. So on YouTube channel, in about section, about us section, you can find our contact information, email, website, Facebook. So through all these tools, you can reach to us if you need to practice prime factorization. Before test, let us know. We can organize something for you guys just to master those skills, right? So don't be shy. And again, this will be for free. And because it will be because it's free, so we need a group of people. Anyway, let us know if you need to master this skill or another. You should know better what you need to work on. Let us know. And again, this preparation for PAT is free of charge, so don't be afraid. Okay, let's move to next question. So Cassidy has been hired to survey people in her town to determine if a new swimming pool should be built. The most representative sample for Cassidy to use for the survey is a random sample from. Okay. So now think for a second, what could be the possible answer here? And okay, I'm cleaning the board meanwhile. Next question. Okay, Cassidy, again, let's read together. Cassidy has been hired to survey people in her town to determine if a new swimming pool should be built. The most representative sample for Cassidy to use for the survey is a random sample from. So if a swimming pool is built for community, so whom she or he should ask, right? So from what population she or he should do the sample. Of course, obvious answer from community members. Okay, next question. Ali plays basketball on Mondays. On Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, so 4 days a week. She plays basketball for 42 minutes on Monday, 32 minutes on Tuesday, and 50 minutes on Wednesday. If the average number of minutes that Ali played basketball from Monday to Thursday was 45 minutes, then how many minutes did she play on basketball on Thursday? Okay, so again, this question is not hard. We should know how to calculate averages. So average of set of numbers equals to sum of all numbers, right? And divided by the quantity of the numbers in that set. Okay, so we have Monday. It's on this side. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So 42 minutes, 32 minutes, and 50 minutes. So we need to figure out how many minutes he played on Thursday, right? So average is 42 plus 32 plus 50 plus x divided by 4 equals to 45, right? So 42 plus 32 is 74. 74 plus 50 is 124. So we have 124 plus x divided by 4 equals to 45, right? So we multiply by 4 both sides. So it will be 124 plus x equals to 180, and then x equals to 180 minus 124, and it equals to, what is it, 56. Okay, so he played 56 minutes on Thursday. Okay, so let's read next question. Hi.
Are you live? Are you doing recording?
Live.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Live. 15 more minutes.
Okay.
It's cool, man. I like it so much. you can imagine, like, live. And I see, like, not many people, like 3, 4, but
Still.
it's gonna stay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. So Kim and Jan scored a total of 234 points in the game. Jan scored 10 more points than Kim. If Kim's scores is represented by X, then the equation that represents the total points scored by Kim and Jan is, okay, so again, it's a word problem. We just need to build an expression here. Kim and Jan scored, okay, so Kim scored X, Kim Kim's score. Then Jan scored 10 more points, so Jan scored than her. So this will be Jan's score. Okay. Then total number of score, we add scores of both of them. So it will be 2x plus 10, and total number of points is 234. So the correct answer will be D. Okay, so let's move to the next question. So take a look at the question, see if you can answer. So we have diagram, we have triangle ABC. If we rotate it 90-degree clockwise around point D, the coordinates of the C. Okay, so let's try to do. So let's write down coordinates of each point, right? So A will be, we actually don't need to write these coordinates, but 2, 5. B is -2, -2. And C is C is 6, -2, right? And we rotate. So this will be A. C. And so, and D is 2 and 1. Okay, so from D to C, right? So we have to do so it will be 4, 3, right? So first, what we can do, right? We can shift, right? We can shift our point D here, right? So let's move it to the origin, right? So D looks like center of the Okay, so to rotate around point, right, clockwise. So what should happen is we need to switch this coordinates, right? Okay, so let's move it to the origin, right? So we need to move it 2 to the left and 1 down. So new coordinates will be 0, 4. B will be 2 to the left, will be -4, -3. And C prime will be 1, 2 to the left, and -3, right? So now what happens, our triangle will be, and now we need to rotate this around origin, right? So to rotate it around origin, right? So 90 degrees. So what happens, we need to switch coordinates, right? Switch coordinates, and this become with negative sign, right? So it's 4, -3. Now it will be 3, -4. So it will be here, right? And because we move it 2 left and 1 down, now we needed to move 2 right and 1 up. 2 right. So this is the coordinates of our points. So we moved 2 left and 1 down. Now 2 right and 1 up. Something is not right. Okay, looks like I've got this question wrong, so I'll need to get back to you guys on this one. Okay, I'll get back to this question. I'll record separate video on this one. Just don't want to keep you. Yeah, let's move to next question. Okay, so a rectangle and its dimensions are shown on the screen. The expression that represents perimeter of this shape. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it happens to all of us, right? I think I made errors somewhere, so I just need to redo this question, and I'll post the answer today on YouTube channel. So please come back and check it by the evening. It will be there. So we have rectangle. So this is the dimensions, and we need to find perimeter. So perimeter is sum of all sides. So we have 2 of each, right? So it will be 2, 3x plus 3x squared plus 2x plus 5, right? So it will be 2 times 3x squared plus 5x plus 5. So it will be 6x squared plus 10x plus 10. Right, so question C. Okay, so we're done with this page, and we can do one more question. One more question. So question 31, the sides of a particular triangle measure 3x minus 1 centimeters, x plus 3 centimeters, and x centimeters. If a perimeter of the triangle is 66 centimeters, then the length of the shortest side of the triangle is. Okay, so again, not hard. This is easy questions. Yeah, so far the hardest question was transformation, even for me. Okay, so perimeter of the triangle, so sum of all sides, and we are given sides is 3x minus 1 plus x plus 3 plus x, so equals to 66, right? So open brackets, so 3x minus 1 plus x plus 3 plus x equals to 66. So we have 3x plus x plus x, 5x, minus 1 plus 3 plus 2 equals to 66. Okay, then 5x equals, we subtract 2, equals to 64. Then x equals to 64 over 5. Or it will be 12.8. 12.8. Then the shortest side is 12.8. Okay, this is the shortest side. Okay, guys, so we stopped at question 31. So the rest of the question I will record today. I know it's good weather outside here in Calgary, and you want to spend some time outside. So the rest I will do in recording. Thank you for watching, and again, you can reach us through Instagram, Facebook, or email, or through website, and we can schedule class. Depends on how many requests we receive, but and work on topics that you think you must need, right? So prepare weak points. What your weak points, what you need to work or want to work on, let us know, and we will organize class for you here at our center, or if you live far in Calgary or somewhere outside Calgary, we can organize online as well. But yeah, thank you for watching. I owe you a transformation question and the rest of the question from this review. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you around. Have a good luck on your exams. Bye for now.